Good morning, guys. Questions, tickers, throw them in the comment box. We'll get to the report started here in about 2 minutes. Let everybody populate in. It is Tuesday. How'd everybody do in the markets yesterday? Let me know in the comment box. We are on Instagram right now and YouTube. If you prefer the horizontal format of the charts, you can jump over to YouTube and watch me there at Student Alpha. Like I said, we'll start the report here in about 60 seconds, guys. Good morning, everyone. Questions and tickers, throw them down in that comment box. We'll start in just a second. All right, guys, we'll get started. Good morning. Happy 28th of October, Tuesday. So let's get into it. Again, if you have questions or tickers, throw them down in the comment box. If you're new to it, I'll get to those tickers as I get through my swing portion of this report. What's up, Morgan? All right, so the S&P 500, that's ESMES, open price was 69.14. High a day was 69.17. Got a new high a day right now at 69.22. You can see it's running right off the top of my box. The market makers see the boxes I make. Low day 69.01, resistance at high day and 69.50 overhead. But guys, listen, resistance is really going to start in the correlative price of SPX, because SPX, when it opens, is going to open close to 6,900. And then it has resistance about 69.15. So the correlative price in this, whatever that spread may be, will be resistance. And I'll call that live in my trading war room. That's one of the reasons why you want to be in my war room. I measure all this out for you guys. Support at low at day at 6,900, then 68.50 below us. And with bias is right there at 6,900, right there at our central price. As you can see, it is long. This was our long read, guys, pre-market. On that green line, look at it, it's taken off. Taken off right from the top of that box. So now our next long read will be more up here. And we'll need price retraction in order to get in the S&P 500. Mean reversion levels are 7,000 overhead. That's going to be an amazing short. And below us at 6,500. RTY M2K, that is the Russell 2000, is a different story. It is not long bias. It is short bias. We're short below that white line at 25.28. Open price was 25.32. High day 25.33. Low day 25.20. And support at low day and 2,500, resistance at high day and 25.50, right above us there. And then, like I said, we're short below the white line, so we're hunting for shorts. Our next short available will be right here. But watch this gold line, the VWAP. If we get supportive price in the S&P, we might get lift in the Russell 2000. But this will occur. Money will rotate out of the small caps into your large caps. So, but trade what you see, guys. The daily is long in both RTY and ES. Gold. How do you gold traders out there? Let's look at it. Looks like we're getting price lift in the metals. They are short. All metals are short bias right now, so we're looking for shorts. XAU for the underlying, you want to subtract 14 from these prices. Open price 4,000. High day 40.35. Low a day 3,900. And resistance at 4,000 and then high a day. So we've got to re-clear that 4,000 before we get back up to the high day of 40.35, if that happens today. Support at low day and then 38.50. I think we're starting to bottom out, guys. We had a bounce at 3,900 and now it's climbing. We're probably going to target this VWAP on a nice short resistance. What we want to see is this VWAP rejection back into our short read. So that's one of the things I'm going to look for in the war room. Right? If we clear this VWAP, we're going to have a bias challenge. If you trade with me, you'll know what all this means. And all these lines, right? These lines are all levels. All right, so we do not go back long until we clear this 3980 level. Mean reversion levels are 4400 and 3800 if we see it. XAG silver. So we'll do silver futures, but listen, guys, we are no longer in backwardation. Now we could jump back into backwardation. We are in a contango relationship, and what that means is that futures prices are higher than spot prices. When it's the other way around, that is known as backwardation, and that is an extreme stress on supply. So the suggestion that there's only 4 cents difference now, we could go back into backwardation, but in this contango relationship, that means that generally speaking, that the demand on today's supply is being satisfied. We'll see. But there's no implications for up or down on that. It just simply means on the pricing. Right? So we're in a contango or normal relationship where futures are 4 cents higher than spot. So subtract 4 from these levels. Open price 46.86, high a day 47.23, low a day 45.51. Really think silver's bottoming out here. At the most, we may see 45. Got a lot of people say, where do I buy silver for the long term? Because we still believe that silver can, run up there to $75. I think we're starting to satisfy some of these sellers, although on the daily the volume still isn't supportive. We'll see, right? This is what skunk orders are for, right? You set an order down there, do it with a bracket. I'll talk about it in my war room, guys. But we are now testing the bias here at 46.70. It is non-confirmed on the flip, right? And how do I know that? Well, we look at it on the hourly to get our intraday bias, and as you can see, those EMAs cross at that white point, but they have not done so. It is non-confirmed, right? So we're going to have to climb up here to test. I think, what is that? VWAP. That was from our CPI data. I think we're going to have to go up there and test that pricing and this wick at 47.28 to pull those EMA through. So right now, we're still hunting shorts, even though we're above bias price, until we get that confirmation. Like I said, spot to subtract 4. They're basically running together, same prices. How do you do that? Well, here's your futures price, 46.70, and there's XAJ 46.61, so it's 9 cent different. When I did the report 45 minutes ago, it was 40 cents different. So it's moving further into a contango relationship, away from backwardation. Crazy words, right? Those are your words of the day. I want you to go practice spelling them. All right, let's get into platinum. All right, platinum. Again, short bias. For XPT USD, the underlying, you want to subtract 19. Open price 1581, high day 1588, low day 1500 even, right? Resistance at high day in 1600, support at low day, and then 1490, the bottom at 1500 diamond, and then bias short below that white line at 1560. Looks like metals are coming up to bias challenge. We'll see if they flip. I don't know that they do, especially if markets continue to run up, ES especially. The daily is now short on platinum. Gold and silver are I think silver's below daily short price, but it's not confirmed, and I think gold is challenging it. So the NYMO and NAMO oscillators, guys, are 28 and 21. When they get to 60, we'll talk about them. They'll be important for mean reversion on this run-up. It would be amazing to have oversold NYMO and NAMO oscillators as SPX hits 7,000. That would be just sure money. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, be in my war room, because that's a safe bet. VIX is cooled off to 15, meaning that it's buying in the markets right now. All right, I won't bring up the charts, but we'll talk about them. You can put tickers in the comment box. I'll look at them in a second. But Tesla's price lifted to 455. Overhead resistance is 490. Nvidia, guys, it looks like we're going to test that all-time high at 195. It's currently at 193. Downside support at 175. There's a lot of resistance in that 190 to 200 field. If you bought it back at $90 and $100, you may want to consider taking profit at 200. You at least sell, if you're up 100%, you sell half your shares, you remove your cost basis, and you're on house money. Many different ways to do that. BBAI, we're price monitoring. It's at 7.11. I want to begin my buying at $6, and I'll buy it down to 5. Stop loss at 4. QBTS is 35.86. We do have price bounce off its low at 28. My stop loss is 20. On my long-term hold, overhead resistance again now is 40. The quantum and AI plays are rebounding a little bit. Pony's rebounding a little bit, but I'm gonna wait to buy BBAI. Ethereum is 41.10. It's going to do exactly what S&P does. If S&P lifts, then it will lift also. We'll see. I think it's going to struggle to get back to 5,000, but that's my personal opinion. I hope I'm wrong because I own a lot. If you want to learn this, guys, I offer a course with a money-back guarantee. I have a free Discord, and then I have a VIP trial of 7 days where it's $149 a month to trade with me. You make that in one trade. I get guys who can pay for an entire year in one trade. So it's very inexpensive to have leadership and expertise at the helm on the charts for you guys. And my pre-market volume leader is just going crazy. It's just gone nuts. So I'll get to it in a second. Let me look at your tickers. All right. Let's see here. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday so far. Scrolling through, seeing what I've got. Morgan, good to see you. I'm hoping you're back too. All right, you guys are easy today. No tickers. No tickers, no problem. Let's get to my pre-market volume leader. And then again, if you have a ticker, you can throw it in there. I'll have a few minutes I can look at it. VC, look at this. This thing running. So I did my pre-market report. Holy cow, guys. Wow. This thing might be done. So here I'm going to tell you what I said. When I did pre-market, it was $1.13. So pre-market low was 57 cents. Pre-market high was $1.13. Well, it's tripled since I did the report. So that means, and look, this is very supportive. I was going to tell everybody this thing had upward mobility to $10, $8 to $10. So when you get this severe of a run up, you can't let. I don't like the pre-market fibs to go into extension. So we grab this and we take it. There we go. We get a more truer measurement. Okay, let me see if. Oops, right there we go. You can see me do it live. This thing has just been ridiculous this morning. So the news is that they got clearance from the federal government to run their programs. You just have to go read it. Give me a second. See what I like here. So the catalytic anchor VWAP is going to be the same as the daily VWAP. You'll see if I set it here. Watch what happens. Yeah, see, it's identical. So that's why I don't need to set it. So that gold line is going to be critical for my entry. I guess my area of interest now is going to be slightly higher. We got to play the VWAP on this one because it does have potential. So we're going to go like 205 to 175-ish for my area of interest. And if it doesn't hit it, I'm going to be stubborn, especially when it's paid this much already. But the reason why it does have a lot of upward potential. And where do I see that? Well, it's pretty easy, guys. When you zoom out of the chart, you see its historical pricing. This must have entered at a SPAC price at $10. It's if you understand that, you know why this pricing is this, and then it spiked up, sold down, and then just been running. But the one positive thing, there are no splits in this company, so they have not split. So these prices still hold as resistance. You can see we've surpassed this wick. The next one is 650, and then I was going to say $8 to $10 on my report because of SPAC pricing. Yeah, I'll call this one live in my trading war room. One of the benefits in there with trading with me is that I'm on this for the guys. So there's my area of interest. We'll see. Man, this thing was an explosive mover on supportive volume, and even on the retracement, the volume has dropped. So we're probably going to get another run out of this one. And I want to make sure I include the VWAP in that pricing, so we're going to lower it a little bit. All right, I'll get everybody updated in my war room when you come in, and I'll call this live. It's okay to demand a discount, and it's okay not to trade it if it runs. But this was explosive. Like I said, $1.13 was where it was when I did my report. And then it went to $4. Like that. So your boy here was on the right one, wasn't he? I'll often have the right pre-market volume leaders out of all of them. I'm usually really good at finding the right chart that's going to move. The question is, can we get entry? And sometimes we don't because I'm disciplined on my entries. All right. No tickers. You guys are easy today. Listen, I didn't talk about data. Data, it's scheduled. Let me look over here. So data, we have all the scheduled data, but who knows if it's going to get released? Like one of the most important metrics that the Fed looks at is PCE is supposed to drop on Friday. We don't know with this government shutdown. They still haven't dropped PPE or non-farm payrolls. They dropped CPI data. One thing we do know that happens is tomorrow at 2 p.m., the FOMC interest rate decision, whether they're going to cut again or not. That will happen regardless of the shutdown. That's going to move the markets, guys, with whatever they said. Okay, data drops at 2 p.m. tomorrow, and then Powell will talk from 2:30 to probably 4, and that will move the markets. And you can see my pre-market volume leader is coming down to my green box. It may make it tradable, so I need to get over and trade with my guys. Guys, come join me. It's 7 days free. You have nothing to lose. Is free too expensive to try? Just curious. All right, guys. Go kick some butt today. I know my guys will. We'll see you. Have a good one. I'll be back tomorrow.